Hello, good morning, all of you. And today we are today we are going to study a network operating system. In the group, I think I already sent the slides also. So please check the online. And same instruction have. Please come to the session before 5 minutes, and the class will attend. And it's important because the many people yesterday requesting to do exam and to get certificate also. So in your name and your mobile number here, we can see. So through this one, so we will take this attendance from you. And meeting ID and password we will give the each class. And today also we send the new ID and password. And please mute your mic yourself and your video also, because you don't need your video. Uh, if you have any question, you can ask end of the session. So until now, you can write somewhere uh, in your notebook or how whatever. You can just note it, and we'll allocate the time to ask your question. So sir will clear your doubts. And the final end of the class, you have one HQ exam. So you have to participate this one, because this is not related to your certificate and all. Only for this knowledge purpose. So we want to know how much the students, all of you, learn from this pre-course training. And the one more thing, that especially the many people they ask, uh, so how to apply the certificate and all. And in the group also I send the details, and here also I'm mentioning the details. So if anybody you like to get the certificate, here the account details. So at the moment you can't go out and here and there. So you just mention the name, Benchmark International Service. This is our company, and the account number is I already mentioned there, and the bank, commercial bank branch is a Grand Pass. So the exam and certificate is we already given to the introduction class also. So if you like to get exam and certificate, you have to pay 8,000 rupees. And if you like to get a book only, it's 1,500 rupees with the courier charge. So we will send the book in your address. And if you like to get the both exam and book also, so it will be cost 9,500. So it's not must. If anybody, if you like only, so you can pay this payment, and just I will send you take a screenshot and send it to the private WhatsApp message which I am in the group. So which number we are contacting to me. So please send, so we can finalize and we'll send the date. The exam date will be inform you. And Mayuran sir.
Oh, yes, Dylan. Then
So I already mentioned those details. So if you have sir, you can explain anything more.
yeah. I will explain once all the students comes. Now only 47 are there. So middle of the class, I will ask Lahiru sir to give a time, and I will explain that.
All right. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Sir Lahir sir, you can start your class now.
right. Uh,
Please share your screen.
right. So, right. Dilan, is it shared the screen? Or do I need to share the screen?
I think you have to share this. Share the screen, like you said. It is not showing.
Ah, right.
Now, okay.
Oh, okay. Huh?
Okay.
Right. So, right now, thanks for introduction, Dylan, and for my results also. Now, last week we have discussed the details of networking. We have done this for every one of you for now more 2 sessions. So you have decided to stay because you know this is valuable, and we are doing this in an organized way, and we are doing this not just as a online course. We are planning on giving you a government recognized certification at the end. So, and like Mr. Dilan and Miles also will say, it is not a must still. If you think that you should have the certification, you can have it. And I am, as a lecturer, I am encouraging you to have the certification because I know it is valuable. Knowledge is number one. That is our vision. That's why you can just come and sit and gain knowledge, improve yourself day by day. If you stay with us, you are already with us for number of days now, and you know you have improved. So improving is very important. That's why we are planning and focusing and in doing this in an organized way. So at the end of this improvement, there should be official way of showing it to others. That's why we have offered you certificate, because so for previous sessions also, other classes also, some most of you asked, can we have a certificate? Then at that time also we said yes, you can. For some other courses also, most of you, not all, but most of you already requested certificates. Even for this course also, not much, but in progress now. So decide and do it. Anyhow, stay and continue the knowledge improvement. That is very important. Right. Further detail is told by Mr. Dilan and Mayruza. They have very good knowledge about this than me. Uh, Today, my plan is by taking this 2 hours of time to explain network operating systems and related information. Right. So that's my focus for you today, main focus. Right, well, let's start with this slide number 1, and we have to cover up number of slides, uh, not just one, not just 50. I have included like 100 slides this time. That's why I told you we are focused on improving your knowledge. Someday you will become success in networking field in this particular session. At the same time, if possible, you can have your knowledge official by gaining a certificate. So that part we leave to you, but we are doing this in an organized way to improve your knowledge. Right. Let's come to our lesson plan. Right. Come to slide number 1. We have already shared it to you, but we have shared here also. Hardware, operating system, end user. In these three, end user is you or me, right? That is the end user. But to link this end user to hardware, what we have? Operating system. So end user just can't use the computer without operating system. That's where the concept came: developing, installing, reinstalling, updating operating system. So now what happened to us is, actually we know computer for a time, but we know it with the operating system. So we think operating system and computer are things which automatically like come into us, but it is not correct. When computers developed in 1980s, 70s or before, uh, analog computers, current computers without current, right? Punch card based. How you input a number, a card like a ATM card. Imagine like a ATM card with 5 holes. So number 5, if you want to input to this old day computer, you should insert that card like ATM card to the analog computer. Then it know that is 5. Then if you want to enter number 7, another card is there with 7 holes. So input it to another slot of this analog device. Then you spin it, if you want to plus them, 5 plus 7. So another card is there to tell this analog device, computer should collect them. So then you input 3 cards, then roll it out, then empty card will print at 12 dots and come out. This is the old day plus and minus or simple calculation by analog, no electricity based computer. Right? So those days also the concept operating system were there basically. That is again analog based. Wheels, spinning wheels, how many wheels are there, or how many part of the wheel is there, the driving mechanism. We want 5 plus 7, how much? That is our need. But to do that, there's a device that days and today. Today, the things are get small, quick, fast, sometimes expensive hardware. CPU, central processing unit, memory, hard disk drive, permanent storage, memory, temporary storage, CPU, the processing unit, brain, right? All together hardware. But these are developed devices. These developed devices having advanced capabilities. And for end user like you and me, we need computers. We need computers to do multiple things. Multi-purpose device. We call computers a multi-purpose device. Multi-purpose means while you are accessing internet, you listen to song. You may chat with someone else. Multiple. At the same time, computer scan itself for viruses. Multiple. Right? How it is possible? Because the operating system, the software coding done by humans, operating system use the hardware and do our requirement. So understand the importance of operating. Without operating system, computer is useless, right? Think about your laptop. What without operating system, what you can see in the screen? Just a blinking cursor. Black screen, white cursor is blinking in the top corner. Even that is also based on firmware level operating. So to handle this complex CPU, RAM, hard disk together, and to do our need, it require a proper operating system, right? That is, you should understand. CPU, memory, hard disk, right? Operating systems are having types. Windows company, Microsoft, Bill Gates, developing operating systems, Apple, and Linux, example for open source operating system. So in the beginning, there were no multiple companies. There were no multiple computer companies, nothing. But later, when the thing get expanded, multiple people come into same thing. So we can see Windows, Apple, Linux, right? That's what we can see. Right. This is slide number 1. Let's go because we have a little long journey and we have time like 2 hours, not 2 hours now. Right. Come to 2. This again includes user, application, OS, hardware. The 4 main pillars which make a usable computer. You are there. If there's no computer, can you email? No. Computer's there, but no user, no you and me. Can it send email to what you wanted? That is artificial intelligence, not there still. Right? So user, how he use hardware by using operating system. In your mobile, if the OS crash, what happens? You can't make call. Simple, no? Right. Good. Let's go. For run the operating system, it needs hard disk, application, monitor, peripheral, mouse. All these required. Operating system manage it. When you press keyboard key letter A, operating system show letter A in your screen. Right? When you press enter, whatever related happen inside your screen. When you play a game, car game, shooting game, right? Whatever. Operating system connect and help communicate all these devices together inside the computer. Right? Okay. So I have included some of the details uh, multiple times because I want to give that idea exactly to you in this fundamental level. That's why I said we have vision on you. Uh, uh, so someday when you learn further, you will this knowledge we are giving you will be very helpful because we are giving it in an organized way. So user, application, operating system, hardware. Again, I have included this hardware. All the items you can touch and you can feel. Operating system, can you take operating system to your hand coding? No. Hardware which include operating system can be taken into your hand. Right? Pen drive, hardware. Software coding inside it, software, operating system. Right? Right. What is application? Office package, Adobe package, right? Those are applications. There are a lot of application examples. So we can say like that. Right. Now, what are the tasks of operating system? Tasks: input output handling, install peripheral devices, manage files, system memory sharing, one RAM, multiple programs, handle system errors, manage security, allow software to communicate with hardware, move data from hard disk, handle input output. You click at the same time when you're typing, multiple input. Right? So always handle this. Handle means keep it separately, record it, do the repeated action, right? Manage files. You have various folders, files. They are in your hard disk. You want to see it in a random way. You want Word file now. You want movie now. You want song now. You want Excel file now. Accounting file, graphic design file, right? All those. And your RAM, memory. You having RAM, memory stick, right? This RAM, RAM is helpful. RAM is helpful on holding the current running data. This presentation, for example, is in a hard disk, but in the hard disk, we can see as a file only. When we open it, you can see it like this because it's in the RAM. Movie in your pen drive. Can you watch the movie? No, why? It's stored there. If you play the movie, then you can watch it because it's loaded to a RAM in a way and come to us. So the file is reading part by part, frame by frame, loaded to RAM. So we can see, then it ignored next frame, next frame. So handle system errors. Now, complex connection of devices, CPU, RAM, hard disk, VGA card, USB ports and all, they connect together. They work together. So there can be miscommunication, errors. Sometimes they are not compatible. one manufacturer to another manufacturer. So what happened? Errors happen. Prevent that by operating system mostly. Right? Any of you have seen a blue screen, sudden blue screen, sudden laptop restart done by whom? Operating system as a recovery method, error correction method, facing errors, preventing error method. Right? If this happens continuously restarting means there's an error which operating system cannot handle. Simple like that. There's an error which operating system cannot handle. So understand that your operating system do its best to give you best experience of computer while you work, but there are limits. It's a operating system also man-made thing. There are limits. So when it comes with limits, computer stuck, crash, slow. Right? This is where you like to update it. Your mobile, you will like to update this version to that version to this version. You like to update, right? Right. Okay, so these are the tasks. When you go to an exam, you may need to write or MCQ question. What are the tasks? So you can use this as a valuable resource. Right. Types of operating system. What are the types? See, Mac, another company, Apple operating system. Linux, another company, open source. Windows, well known, Bill Gates development. And BSD OS, BSD also, Android also, iOS. So there are various market leading giants who do writing, coding as operating system. Operating system is a man-made set of coding, not one page, not two page, it's huge set of coding. It have all the things included. You right click the computer, there's a menu coming. How? By operating system coding. You double click. If you double click in the computer icon, what happen? Computer. If you double click in the folder, another folder. How this happen? By running operating system coding, which written by someone. In Apple, it's different. In Linux, different. In Windows, different. But they do mostly the same. Right? Right. So, and basically, no, there are various operating Windows, Linux, Android, iOS. There are operating system types. Know it and memorize. Right. Where we are in the operating system. Here you can see in this diagram, user 1 to user n means multiple users, millions of n means infinite, it's a mathematical thing. Don't forget about n. Say there are 1, 2, 3 users. They do word, counting, the internet. So they use system hardware, RAM, CPU, right? But who connect these two things together? Operating system. Operating system handle hardware and allow multiple users to do their Word, Office, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, web, internet, movie, or gaming as needed. So you can see system software here, application software here. Right? System software are mainly focus on systematical tasks, while application software help to directly user fulfill the works of user. Right? So this is the total frame or the architecture of computer, how OS work. This is not the OS architecture. This is a blueprint or a structure chart of how computer work together. Right? Right. Okay. Again, another image which shows inputs and outputs. Now, I know uh, you in your early classes also we have explained printer output, monitor touchscreen is input, applications, hard disk storage, keyboard input, mouse like those things you already covered mostly, right? Here you can see various operating system logos to identify. Check this carefully. You can see Windows 2000. Before 20 years also, there were operating systems. Maybe most of your birthday is after year 2000, I guess. But we were used that uh, when they released basically. Even you can see here, Windows 98 as operating system, 98 is a very slow, very weak, very very ugly, let's say, operating system. Even you can see MS-DOS. Find that MS and red D letter and that is DOS. The first operating is 1990. How many years now? 30 years. So operating system developed for 30 years, right? Now, what you see is maybe remind what you see first. Maybe you have seen Windows 7. I'm not talking about our um, staff. They have seen all of this. I'm talking about you. So Windows DOS 98. So if you like to know how much computer power needed by Windows 98 operating system, basically it can run by 16 megabyte RAM. Yes, you heard correctly. 16 megabyte RAM. Windows 98, right? Generally, you need 32 megabyte. Those days, 32 megabytes. MB means a big RAM. The VGA they want is 1 megabyte. Mostly the computers like Pentium 1 built in 2 megabyte, 4 megabyte VGA is there. 4 megabyte VGA is a powerful megabyte VGA, okay? Now you are worried about even 1 GB, I think. Those days operating system, Windows 98, it needs 250 megabyte hard disk capacity only to work. 250 megabyte. Think about your mobile phone capacity now. While Android OS is powerful than the 98 OS, right? Understand the development. So you should know some history, then only you know about using it today and helping develop it in the future. Right? 98 is that much because those days the hard disk is 2 GB maximum. In a 2 GB hard disk, when you install 98, you have gone 250 MB. We have those days, I remember we have big amount of 1.5 GB space. We wonder what to how to fill this 1.5 GB. Think about it. Those days we are thinking, I have 1 GB of hard disk. How to fill? That's what we think. Now today, think, right? Today things change. Even 40 GB is full, right? Right. Also watch Windows Server is there. It's a Windows Server 2008. What is Server 2008? Now, 98, XP, DOS, all are for using. To use by you, use by me. Right? Directly we are using it. We install it in our computer. Our hardware is helpful for that. Then we are doing multiple tasks, various tasks. That's what we do. But if you want to go to website, installing website in your computer is a waste concept. Why? Others cannot see it. If others want to see your website, then when they come to your computer power is not enough. That's where you need a powerful computer to watch your website by multiple people. We call it a server. On the other hand, your computer must run always. Another point of server. On the other hand, your computer must support multiple people. So Windows Client OS 98, XP, 7, 8, 10 are not capable of allow multiple means 1,000, 100,000. Think about Google homepage. Okay, in the morning of Sri Lanka, how many people use Google homepage? In the morning, everybody use. Sometimes multiple tab, no? Sri Lanka is a small country. Huh? Think about large country, more capacity. How many people may open Google homepage at the same time? Many millions. So what if we keep the homepage in our laptop? Nobody can open it because of the traffic. So we need a hardware, server, big RAM, big hard disk, one side. To handle this big RAM and big hard disk, we need what? Capable operating system, which is not client. It is called server operating system. If you write down, you can write server operating system. Example like 2008, 12, 13, 16, right? 19 also in Windows category. Linux category, later on I'll explain with more details. Right. Here you can see the cycle, full cycle of Windows client operating system. Right. You can see Microsoft 3.1, the first one. Then, sorry, DOS. Then 3.1, 95, 98, 2000 XP. Vista 7, 8.1 and 10. Already you know. Right. The life cycle. Right. Good. Right. Read this and see now. I'm very minimally using the reading, considering your side. You may add mobile, you may add, I don't know, you may add uh, some other stuff. So considering those, I have include like this. Windows 1 1985, very old, graphic interface. For MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. This is earlier day operating system. Windows 3 1990, 95, 98 is missing here. 90 came in 98. 98 second edition also came around 98 and 99 time. Then XP, XP before XP there was a Windows Millennium Edition ME, which also missing here because it's not a success operating system. Windows Me is a not success operating system. Like example is Windows Vista. Vista also what? Not 7. Vista remain for like 1 year and go. 1 year and go. Right? Me also like that. So they were not success version. Right. Okay. More details on operating systems. Explain the same thing in a different way. Windows 1.98. Here you can see me. Windows Me. See, Millennium Edition. Right? 7 XP 8, 95, 98, and 2000, 3.1. Microsoft Windows
Students, please wait some time because I think the lecturer having some internet problem. So he will be right back now. So before that, I would like to give you a small idea about this examination. So now we are almost starting the examination for the students, the exam registration actually. So whoever wish to do the exam, now this is a setup. So examination will come with that mean 60 MCQs, right? So you will have 60 MCQs also in the exam slot. So because most of the people now you have a little bit fright how to do this exam because you have no idea how the question will comes like that. So what we are doing is actually with the pack when you purchase the pack, so certificates and the examination and also exam dumb questions, right? So the real question which is coming to the exam will be provided with that. So that will be taken, and also we will do another extra class for the students whoever wish to participate in the exam. So we will they after this class there will be another extra class. So that class only we are going to discuss about the examination, past papers, and also some dumb questions. Dumb question mean real question whoever coming to the exam. So that question you can again and again you can do it and see before going to the original exam. So once you pass that dumb question, then surely you can pass the original paper. So everything included only we are doing it now. There are a lot of students, they have registering now. Others, please, if you like to do the exam, because as a lecturers or as a EPlus officer, so we would like all the students to get the certificate, because knowledge time to time you can upgrade. So now you can study after 6 months or another 1 year time, then there will be new updates in the networking, right? So new system will innovation, new concept will come. So time to time you can upgrade your knowledge, but you need a valued certificates to show wherever you go. Maybe you have working in an organization, so you need a very valued certificate. So this is the great opportunity. So we will give you until end, we will be with you for the full process. So please what you do is trying to participate in the exam and get the certificate. So that is again a really important thing. So further detail, you can talk to Mr. Dila. So he will be helping you to do the exam related matters. So you will get, remember, you will get two dummy papers, two dummy examination, plus the certificates, plus you will be getting the one also. That means the exams, right? So everything included.
So excuse.
Okay. Uh, so Dylan,
So I'm here. Actually, the lectures was some electrical problem, so current was dropped and again it come back. So that's why sir now in online.
right. Okay. So please remember this.
Uh,
Further, if you have any doubts, right, uh, about the exam, please talk to Dylan, because we are actually starting the exam registration by this week. Then this month of this month end, you will be able to sit for the exam and get the certificate. So it's just a quick month process, because they are lifting the curfew also. So then you can able to get your certificate on this month end. So the process is very simple. So don't worry about sometime if you have a fright of doing exam, don't worry, because we will be giving you online exam. So online dumb portal, there you can sit and do the examination, right? Okay, Larry sir, you can start.
Right. Thanks, ma'am, sir. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Right. So the versions. Brief history of Windows, Windows Me and all. Right. Let's go to next slide number 12. I'm going to explain. Right. 13 now I'm going to discuss. So in 13 you can see how much of Windows use at world.
Excuse me, Larry sir.
Yes.
Shall we give a small 20 MCQ exam today, end of the class?
Okay, better at what time? End of the class.
Yeah,
Right.
I have
Like around 12:15. Is it okay? Or what time?
somewhere around 12:10.
12:10. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Possible. Right.
Right.
I'll finish around that time.
That time, and you let me know, then I will come and do the exam.
Okay, right. Okay, okay, right. So, uh, how much Windows is used. Now this pie chart shows you. Now see now how to draw pie chart and all. You can cover up by office classes. How to draw this nicely and do this if you don't know. But by a chart like this, by 1 second you can get the idea how much Windows 7 use, how much Windows 8 use. And actually this is not the latest this year thing. 1 to 3 years back. So therefore the Windows 7 criteria is large, right? Okay. This one also shows the development of Windows again, the same thing. Therefore, we can quickly go. Only thing is, it includes Windows 8 and Windows 10, which released around 2015. Here it explains the server operating system release. And not only server, by year, the full one. So I encourage you to get some time and watch this from begin to end, this slide, right? So that will clear your idea. This one I have explained already. Uh, Again, the operating system versions in with the logos. Now, some people have confused with the logos. You can see DOS, they have marked like $DOS prom, and later they have come up with different colors. But always they are managing with 4 colors as Windows Corporation, but they are doing it in different ways, right? Right. Now, this is about Windows. I have told you about Windows, importance of operating system. I have also told you about how it used, client, server, year of release, requirement of hardware. Just watching this slide will not get the full idea. So because you have come down to here uh, and you are listening and understanding, you get big idea now uh, than the basic idea. Just watching the slide will be not enough always to get the full idea. That is, you should understand. Right. Uh, let's go to another operating system which called Ubuntu. Right. Ubuntu, not Microsoft. Ubuntu is not came from Microsoft company. Main difference between Ubuntu and Microsoft is Microsoft sell operating system. They have 5,000, 6,000 software developers, knowledge people. Company had to pay them a salary. Therefore, they cannot give Microsoft OS for free. But you may have free operating system, which may be what? Illegal. Now, Sri Lanka, we cannot use illegal operating systems anymore, institutes or individual even. But still, the law is not enforced much. No one come to your place and check whether you have a license version or not. But institutes, we have license versions. Uh, but country like and other countries, if you use illegal operating system, the police may come and catch you up, right? So how much is Windows operating system? Generally 25,000 Sri Lankan rupees. Windows 10. Office package, same value around, more or less. Right? So 50,000 goes to Windows 10 and Office 90. Right? This is a big cost, 50,000. So what is the solution? Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a free operating system. Ubuntu comes under Linux group, open source group. It's come from African development, Ubuntu, right? There are versions. So I have used one slide to explain all together everything. Ubuntu 8, Ubuntu 8.10, Ubuntu 9, 9.10, like 11, various versions. This one also shows you more development. 2010, Ubuntu 10, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 also. They are today around 2025 within 2024 time, right? They are developing it. While they are using the old version, they are developing new versions. If you ask from me, where Ubuntu in Sri Lanka, it is available. Companies have. Our hospitals are using Ubuntu because we can pay for them, right? Okay. What are the versions? They have nice naming, right? Ubuntu 16, seen as Cirrus, right? Or Ubuntu 11, Occult. Names of animals, actually, right? If you say, like, say, Ubuntu 7, read this and see. Ubuntu 5, Badger. Uh, Ubuntu 5 Hedgehog 5.0 for Hedgehog. Right? They are using more environmental friendly naming mechanism as code names for operating system. So they expect people who using their free OS are nature lovers. They love the country, they love the nature like that. So that's why these kind of names. And I have included nice hedgehog to see by you. This is hedgehog. And some animals. These are the animals they are based on. Not all. I have included few only. You can search more, right? These are the sum of animals which they target on explain. Right. OS releases XP and Server 12. Actually, release means end of support, which I have not explained in a previous. End of support, when it finish. Watch that. Windows 7 already finished. If you watch Windows 7, already finished. Finish means what? Even if you pay and buy, after January 14, they are not troubleshoot your troubles. That's what they have supported you for how many years? Since Windows 7 release. Windows 8 finish all. 8.1, how many years we have? 2 years. Right? Windows 10 have like up to 2028, not mentioned here. 2028. Maybe they will extend. Server also they have ended. Right? You can see server 8 finish, already finished. Any company use server 8 must update. Right? Already finished. Understand those scenarios. Right. Here you can see how server looks. That is another idea which I want to give. A look of server. Now, this is actually not directly the server interface. Now, I know most of you have worked with Windows client, but may not seen how server looks like. That's why I want to show you this. This is server web-based through internet look. Now you can see some CPU use in the bottom, RAM use, hard disk use, analyzed, network use, some charts, because server should monitor clearly. Now your client also we can monitor it actually, but server we should monitor it with more details. Right. Let's take a look at some server screens, server desktops. Right. This one is a server desktop look again, and you can see how server can function. Right. You can see like thing like Active Directory, thing like DNS. Server can function like DNS. Server can function like file server. You may heard of file server. Performance monitor. Like server can be function as various server types. These are the functions, right? You can configure it, right? Not like we a client. Now client, there are no various functions. Client, when you have it, you install application, Word, Office, Excel, PowerPoint, Adobe, Accounting, Expert, MyOB, and use it. But server, it have function roles. Right? These are really screenshots to see it at this time. Right. Furthermore, you can see server desktop. This is how it looks. Right. This is another screenshot of server management interface. You can see manage a dashboard. This call it. You can see local server, all servers, file, configure this server. In the bottom, you can see role and server. Right. And this is server 16, a latest release desktop. Right. You can see them. Read it later. Right. This is also server 12 edition screenshot. 12. They look same, but internally there are many differences. Right. Server 19 again looks same, familiar, but more features. It support for big RAM like 100,000 terabytes. Server 19, 100,000 terabytes of RAM. Right. So to learn server, there are qualifications also they have given. Some of these are right. You can go to these once you get the official qualifications of these basic level. With that qualification certificates, you can directly apply for networking higher level courses. Right? They will directly allow you to get in because you have covered the ground level and you have certificate as well. Right? With that, you can go to learn networking server for a higher paid jobs. Right? Server 12 requirements I have included. Right? Hardware requirements of server 12. Check it. CPU, right? How much? What is multiplied by 64? 1.4 multiplied by 64, right? That is the maximum write capacity. How about RAM? Server 12, 32 GB, 64 GB, right? Based on the edition, right? Hard disk, right? Minimum, they have mentioned size GB amount, right? Okay, right. These are server 19 versions. Now previously I told you about server main version 12, 19, 16. Now here I am showing you the same and their variations. Data center, standard, and again data center and standard. So based on the version also price different. If you like to know the price, some server 16 may be license cost 1,10,000. You have to pay 1,10,000 again and buy the license version, official release of operating system. Right. So these are some stuff to be to know to get idea. Uh, um, Dilan, shall we answer some questions before we move in? Because we have come to like 40. Any questions at the moment? Shall we, Dilan?
Yes, sir. We can ask questions.
Any questions you have can answer before we move in related to this. Anyone? If you
Someone
have,
asking Ubuntu is secure. Is secure application.
right. Actually, Ubuntu is secure. Now, I'll say like this. Now, Windows, when they develop it, they distribute it. There's a one main original copy and many duplicates. So easy to learn. And Ubuntu, if you know, if you learn how Ubuntu works, you can customize. You can customize Ubuntu a way which no one else knows. So is it secure? But we need what? Knowledge. Without knowledge, if you are doing the basic format, that is also okay. Because for basic use, we are using Ubuntu means, for example, if I am using Ubuntu, who is going to breach my security? Nothing to take. Right? That kind of things are no benefit. So Facebook using Linux-based operating systems. So Facebook needs security, right? How about Russian Defense Ministry? They use Linux, right? Even Pentagon have some Linux. So therefore, don't underestimate Ubuntu. Even banks using, even shipping lines using, they have their own versions. Open SQL and all, YouTube databases and all. So it is not, we can't say it's secured, but we can make it secured than anyone else available in the market, any other way, right? I think that's idea. So any other question, Dylan? I think no any other questions, right, Dylan? Mm.
In the chat window, you can see like there are questions coming.
All right. Okay, I'll do like that then. Mm. Right. Yes. Right. I'll answer those questions while I am continuing. I can see there are a lot of questions actually. Uh, right. Right. Let's move in. Now, I have included different area of explaining considering our time. DHCP. Actually, configuring is some part we can just do immediately. But what is DHCP? DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, right? DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So, to do that, we are using DHCP actually. Every time when we access internet, we are using DHCP. Like I told you in last class, IP address come to you. Without IP, we cannot uh, uh, do any internet. So IP is coming always to us. Then when it comes to us, it works nicely, right? So understand that correctly. DHCP is IP address automatic service, right? We are using, I am also using. Let's see. In here you can see service there and client, you, me are there. What happened? When you power on the computer, server give you IP, a number 172 something, 192 something. Last session I told 10.10 something automatically. So that's how it goes, right? That's how it goes. So understand dynamic host configuration protocol. Dynamic host configuration protocol. That is the meaning of that. Question: what is the purpose of using Windows Server operating system and what it does? The server. Right. I'll answer some questions quickly and go. Server. Instead of typing, I can see, no? Right. Someone asked, what is the purpose of yes, web servers? Now, servers actually I told purpose of servers is to give service to multiple people. Google server, Google homepage, Facebook, multiple people use. So to handle this multiple people traffic, we need server operating system. That is the answer. So web servers are there, DNS server, multiple server types are there, right? Without servers, client computer cannot do this. So that is the answer for that question. You can ask again. What is the difference in CentOS and Red Hat? Yes, Red Hat is a corporation. They have Linux, Red Hat paid OS, CentOS, free OS. CentOS used in Sri Lanka since 2010, 2009, right? Our government using CentOS, Community Enterprise Operating System. I think you have heard something, Somsundaram CentOS somewhere. Community Enterprise Operating System. It's a free version. That's why we are using it. Ubuntu and CentOS are used in Sri Lanka very much, right? But Red Hat is a large corporation who doing paid Linux and free CentOS. Understand? So, right, that is DHCP server. Right, some other. I will not type any. I'll do direct answers for any other question remaining. License for number of processors using Windows, yes. Number of Windows server, number of license, yes. Volume license. If you use one server, you should pay and buy it. But if you use one server in CPU with multiple cores, you have to buy your server for every core. Last week I told Windows 7 have 8 core, 12 core like that. Say you buy a Windows server for 8 core compute, then each core you have to buy separately, right? If you buy a single purpose, there are multi-purpose server OSs. You can buy a volume server OS. Then if your server OS support any CPU up to 32 cores, then what you paid is what you paid. Finish. Right? This core thing is quickly you should understand. Somasundaram has LDAP also, lightweight directory access protocol. Now Somasundaram, LDAP is a old day protocol. There are other protocols, Kerberos and all. I think you are doing some networking also. Lightweight directory access protocol is a way of authenticating Windows Server and client. I think this is not time for the explaining furthermore. Cloud server is a server in the network infrastructure, upper levels, right? Uh, server use, how about this? Quickly I say cloud server and back to presentation, and later I'll check again the questions. Now, servers at your home, can you manage a server? One server 5 lakh, give electricity, power, AC, can you? No. Even some companies can't do this. Expensive, hardware expensive, knowledge. Then what they do? There are cloud people. There are people who having servers with them. They sell the server use to you. Google Drive. You upload files to where? Servers. So it is Google Cloud, right? They have servers. You upload files. Google is free. Email up to 15 GB it is free. Once you fill your first 15 GB, monthly payment is there, or abandon your Gmail account, right? That's the point. Right. So I'll back to presentation. DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Then this is how it processes. Right. This is exactly in our syllabus also. When you power on your computer, it sends request, IP request. See, last week I told you, now also I told server give IP to you. So server give IP to you, you ask the IP, then server give you. That is the process explained here. Remember, trust me, when you open your mobile data, this happens. When you open your router, this happens. When you power on your computer also, this happens. So this is a process which always used by you and me, right? DHCP. That's why I include this after the, this is DHCP also a server role. Some of you ask a question. DHCP also a server role, right? See, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP also a server role. We access web to server using multiple browsers, Firefox, Chrome, Opera and all. Traffic goes to server from Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Again another server role. What is the server role? Web. Web server role do this. IP done by DHCP. What are the servers? Windows, Linux. What are the Windows servers? 12, 19, Linux. The previous I mentioned like Red Hat. Right? See, think back and forth. Right? This is where we are. Right. Now we'll go to slide number 43. What is Active Directory? Right? Active Directory is a centralized database. Now that is too much complex. No. When you log into email, your email and password go to server and verify and allow you to watch your email. When you look at Facebook, your username, email and password go to database and verify and allow you to log in. So that is database. Right? So Active Directory is also a database. Why I am telling Active Directory? Because it is available everywhere. You go to ID card office, you go to Harbor, you go to embassy, you go to visa office, you go to education department, you go to private company like any company. I'm not telling names here. Any company you go, they have databases, right? Usernames, passwords, emails, passwords, address, your name, database. Managing database is a critical thing. Now think about this. In YouTube, if you type something, suddenly video coming, right? How? Database is there, SQL base. Quickly search and give the output. Right? Then you select a video and watching it like this. Easy. These days, this is what you do. Right? Uh, right? Uh, right. Right. Let's go to Active Directory furthermore. Uh, Active Directory. These are the server services of the database of Active Directory. Now I can see again a question come from Farhan telling default lease time and all. Now Farhan, I'm not going to explain lease time and TTL roundup and protocols and all. And this then at the end of session, if you have time, I'll talk to you directly and anything you can ask, like default lease time and packet detail. And I think you have some knowledge also here. And if I'm going to explain this, I think others will feel odd because that is detail advanced. Okay. So anyway, you type your questions. At the end, I'll give. We'll talk. Okay. Right. Um, right. Uh, so Active Directory give Windows client, Windows servers, Windows other users. These are the focus roles, right? Focus roles. So that give a full idea of one image. Right. Here also details about Active Directory and its cover up, what it do, what are the uh, work of it, policies, doing rules. Now, if you are working somewhere, you have rules, time to come, time to go, like that. Everything by Active Directory. So again, I am telling Active Directory is centralized thing, and it helps to improve networking. That's why we are learning it here. We cannot avoid what available in network office today. So at least you heard what is Active Directory, some of you today first time, because you are coming and joining into this session, right? Very important, right? These are some Active Directory and server roles. So that is you can see clearly, right? Let's talk about domain and workgroup. That clear you furthermore. Now, domain and workgroup is a network not controlled. Domain means a network which control. So if any one of you working at office or somewhere, network should be controlled by what? Domain activity. Right? Workgroup means just network computers with no control. Right? No control. Right. Right. So come to this new area, simple network management protocol. Now to do those all server client things I have explained, there should be way to manage. One is SNMP. Basically understand. Now I have told server, I have told Linux server, I have told Windows server, right? If you go back to your first session, we talk about topology basics. In second session, we have done IP addressing and idea. Today we are talking some management protocols like SNMP, right? It helps to manage server client communication, right? NAT. This is also an explaining network address translation. This is also another helping mechanism or fundamental service to connect you to network. Simple example and I can go. When you call some company by general line, they say press 1 to this section, press 2 to this section, like that. Easy. But example for network address translation. What if they give you 10 numbers? Difficult to remember, right? Even IDM if you call, we give one number and we transfer it to certificate division, student division, like that. We can manage. By what? NAT, network address translation. So this explains how you and client connect. Hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP server and you. When you go to internet, what happens? This happens. Simple is that. When you go to internet, what happens? This happens. Right. And more details about this SNMP, how it works, what are the devices it uses, switch, router, server, all the things it can manage. That's what explained here. And the previous explained thing, work group having computers, servers, but no control, but domain having centralized control and connectivity because of Active Directory. See the picture, you can see in the domain category, there's Active Directory available. Right. Further details of domain, how domain goes, what it's having, servers and all. Right, watch this photo. Right. Here again you can see how a web browser works. When you go access internet, what happened? User application, files, server control. All these things, why I include this is what really happens. I agree that at once you may not get the full idea, but spend your time wisely at home. Again, we have another session also, like I explained last session and today, and our first session by our sir. Next session also we are helping you. So stay and focus with us. Then your knowledge will improve in a focused way. That's why we put this NAT, SNMP, and even SNMP, how it send email, also this how it communicate to get you an idea about mail servers, how outgoing mail server works. This is the send and reception, how it send details and all. Also, the email is inside the Active Directory also. That's why we include the way of controlling these one and another, right? One and another, local host domain limitation. So all these we have included. Then you are reading it and getting some ideas to improve your networking overall focus, right? Controlling policies, right? What is policies actually? Now even your home have a policy, like whoever switch on the light should switch off the light. Is it right? This is for networking. So local policies, networking policies. So these things looks like what is this and but it is already even to walk in the road. What have policies? This side. Where to cross? Yellow crossing. That is policies, right? Simple like that. Don't get confused, right? Now I am coming to the last section of this work. Domain and work group I have explained. I am coming to routing explaining for you. Uh, right? Routing and load, right? Let's read and see what is routing. Take a quick read. Right? Right. Set of routing protocols, right? Now, if you know the basics of IP address like class ABC, which I explained last time, then routing means linking those. Forgot about this explain. Routing means what? Linking those together using these protocols. 172 and 192 have to link. How? Protocols. That's the basic idea, not the entire, right? Have to link. To link these multiple IPs using these protocols, what is the concept? Theory. This is the theory. 7 layers, 4 layers, right? So these are fundamental things. So IPs needed, multiple IPs are there. They need to route by protocols. How? 7 layers. Right? No matter what internet website you go, it should be there. Right? So when go to routing, there are types: static, dynamic, default. 3. To do what? Link the type is 172 and 192. Linking 172 and 192. Shall I say another way? Accessing internet. From your computer, you are accessing Google, Facebook, Yahoo, YouTube. What is this? One IP to another IP. What happened? Routing. Right? What are the protocols? The previous slide. How they do static, dynamic, and default. Here also it Same thing and different layout, right? Even if you go this diagram, again it shows how these servers connect one server to another server, right? Same thing. Now, understand the practical way you access internet. That is the networking concept. That is why I am explaining in theoretical way. Actually what happened. So if you know actually what happened, then you can troubleshoot that. That is where the network job is available to troubleshoot. To troubleshoot, you should know what actually happened first, right? So conceptually, this is what happened. IP, private and public. Actually, last week I remember someone asked a question and I explained also, right? So these are the main fundamental areas, right? Furthermore, this NAT, network address translation, I see a question also asked by someone in the chat. Network address translation have static, dynamic, and port address translation also. But understand like this. NAT don't get confused. Basically, remember my first example. When you call some company, they have one general line. Based on chat question I am telling. They have one general line. But when you call in, what happens? You NAT to this section, that section, that section, that section. You NAT, right? So your mobile number, their general line, NATed internally. Now when you go to Facebook, you NATed actually. Your inbox is one server, photos another server. So, right? Your inbox is one server. Your photos in another server. When you logged in, the Facebook server collect all those and give as a desktop. They have multiple support.facebook, image.facebook, inbox.facebook, multiple servers, right? So see the net. See multiple devices, router, and the web. The concept is same as I explained. Here also it shows multiple images. Multiple images means multiple ideas. Multiple devices, one net forwarder, internet, web server. See, just I explained the Facebook. Imagine this Facebook, multiple clients linked together. Right? Here also it shows same net firewall process, ISP and server, router and LAN and host PC. Right? Here also it shows how hypertext protocol go to final terminal and netting and those combination example. Now these technology we learn one by one, but they all together inside here, right? Right. Now, what are those access controllers? Now, get the idea. Some of these, I know some of these words you are heard in first time. So at least you heard it because you joined to this session, right? These are the main fundamental concepts you need when you go to work at network. That is very important. Another new term I am introducing you today is ACL, Access Control List. Let's see. Access control list. What is the concept? Just like net, I'll tell example. When you go, when you access, you should control. If you are accessing more like multiple, where like website maybe, yes, some websites, multiple users access. Control how they give a username and password. Example, Facebook, WhatsApp maybe, yes, yeah, Viber also, Twitter, Google, YouTube also, Netflix maybe. How they control? By username and password. Simple access control. How about large office? You need identity card, you need biometric scanners, you need thumbprint access control. Right? Your home door have a lock to do what? Access control. Anyone having key can open the door. Physical access control. Previous example I told, technology access control, username password. Right? These are the technical side, source, destination, protocol, interface. They are theory side now. I told you the real time example. Right? This is also shows how this access control is working. Customer to application, username, password, like, right? There are technologies, Active Directory, domain, web UI, web interface, databases. The things I told you theoretically available. So if I get the concept from me, then you can watch this again and get the ultimate final idea. Right. So here also it shows how this computer and server works with private and public, like I said last week, and with the use of IP version and 4 IP version 6, which I told last week. Not last week, last class. Ultimately, I focus one thing here. IP version 4, check the number of addresses to 32. How much? Big amount. IP version 6, check the number to about 120. Very big amount of numbers. So what we are talking last, previous, today, next week, all is networking. How they connect. So what topologies? Computer to server OS, server technologies like NAT, ICMP, or all the technologies. Still they need numbers. IP version 4, 6. 6, see the number, how much? I can't read it. Huh? You try later. Right. So all these servers, clients, server operating systems, client operating systems, they connect with the numbers and the technologies, routing and all those. With what devices? These devices. These are real devices. Cisco routers. Real Cisco routers. Because you join here, now one remember, telling router to a device at your home is not correct. Watch this and tell me, correct. Is it correct? No. Why? These are real routers. They connect servers. Your home router cannot connect a server to world. Why? It don't have capacity. How much your home router is? My one is like 7,000, I guess. How much this one? Some may be 5 lakhs, some may be 10 lakhs. Expensive stuff, right? So understand that these are real devices and they connect together. So now you get the big picture. Servers, technologies, Active Directory, NAT, ICMP and all, IP version 6, and these devices finally gives us what? Internet. That's what we are using today. Okay, let's see the parts of the router. Basically, you can see some ports which never see before. Power on off switch, some Ethernet, some console cables, some WAN interface card, something, serial port. Actually, this is again a fundamental level router you are seeing here, right? Get the idea, right? These are also Cisco router models. Trust me on this. Some Cisco, check the model here, Cisco 7606 like. Some models cost like 200 lakhs Sri Lankan rupees. I repeat, 200 lakhs Sri Lankan rupees. So that is the price, right? That is the price. So understand that. There are routers. These are the examples. And these are also routers. That is Juniper. The previous is Cisco from San Francisco. This is from company called Juniper. Another company. Another Hawaii also there. Right? Another company. Right. So let us search. Those terms search. We are giving you introduction guide. You should search by time and improve those points we have started. Right? What is firewall? Firewall stops hacking. Direct and focus answer. Stop hacking. No virus preventing. Unwanted traffic means what? Hacking. Right. This is also shows how firewall work, WAN, wide area network, LAN, your network, who is in between, because firewalls are also from Cisco and all. Read it, defense, validate, manage, record, right? These are tasks. Can you see any virus scanning here? Basically, yes. Most people think firewall is for protecting you from viruses. No. Your computer may have firewall. If you stop it, others can hack it. Easy. But still virus thing is running. If you power on, still virus protection is halfway running. Right? So firewall is not to protect viruses. This diagram also shows you firewall, LAN, WAN, and this also shows you where the firewall runs in between. Home network, firewall, internet. Home network means something you know. Internet means something you don't. So to protect something you know, what you need? Security. How? Firewall. Right? Right. What is Samba then? Another network term. Read it and see. File server sharing. Now these all new terms I am telling one by one together run Active Directory, NAT, firewalls, Samba means file sharing, all these together running and you are using them daily when you're downloading file, when you're accessing file, when you are copying a file, right? When you are say uploading image to Facebook, right? All these are using. So you cannot avoid none of any of this, right? How this works? Linux server, Windows machine. See, I just told you. So for your knowledge, YouTube is running with some Linux. Facebook is running with what? Linux. So they have what? Samba, right? Right. Linux, Windows, same concept. Here also I have explained Linux versions. CentOS, some of you asked previously. So you should know that what you are asking is on the way. CentOS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Fedora, editions, Linux editions. See, by this time, now almost 12, within 1.5 hour life, you will learn various Windows versions, releases, server version, technologies like Active Directory. Now you are getting idea about Linux version, CentOS, Fedora, Red Hat. Right? Here also it shows how this Samba will work now. Various Ubuntu is there, various Windows is there, and Samba also there. Now, I cannot explain this as in the first place because you don't know about Ubuntu, you don't have never heard about Samba, never heard about Windows Server. But with the time, by joining this particular session, you have some, at least you have heard. So I can show you this, how they work together. This is the basic example of Internet today. Internet today is having all these technologies together, right? You can see web browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari and all. Other side, servers like Apache, Samba, Windows, Active Directory and all these together develop the internet, right? So internet is a total network with all the technology. So if you like to learn networking, that's why you are here. So if I am telling you only Windows, 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 very wrong. If I am telling Linux only, again wrong. So that's why we are combinedly explaining all these one by one. And finally, once you are coming here, the end of the slides, I am showing you the total picture, right? Previous one, this one also, how email goes. Mail server can be what? Windows mail server, Linux mail server. Your computer can be what? Windows, Linux, right? If you come to this comparison, you can see closed source and open source. So Windows, Apple, Office package or Photoshop comes under what? Closed source. while open source comes under Ubuntu, some of your questions, Symbian and Android, right? Firefox, right? So get this full picture, that is the whole idea, right? When you compare in this, you can see proxy servers, another well-needed explained topology. Proxy. Again, this is doing controlling. See your laptops, see your switch, see your internet. You are connected and controlled by what? Proxy. And Squid means it's Linux edition. Windows, Linux, both have this controlling, right? Both have. Now I can say directly because you know there's something called Windows servers. You know there's something called Linux servers. So when you go to internet, if you go to Windows server, what happens? Windows control. If you go to Linux server, what happens? Linux control. So how it happened? By proxy server. So even these technologies like DHCP also having what? Linux, Windows, both technologies. So now I can say that IP issue, dynamic host configuration protocol. So when you power on your mobile data and you go to internet, you may access with DHCP Linux server, or you may access with DHCP Windows server, both, right? So wide your picture. Don't just stuck onto Windows only world or Linux only world, right? Here you can see how this proxy server communicate with each other, and this one says the total network work. You can see file server, you can see FTP server, various servers now you can see here. Samba server, file server, FTP server, and those various servers can be based on what? Windows what? Windows 12, Windows 8, Windows 16, Windows 19 server. I told. When Windows 2008 server finished, 2020 this year, January already, right? Also, these servers can be belonging to what? Linux also, right? Linux what? SUSE, Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora. See, now to come to this image diagram, we spend some time, like 12:05 already. Uh, See that, understand that. So if you spend time correctly only, you can come to this and watch and say, okay, these are servers, they can belong to Windows, they can belong to Linux. How they connect technologies like NAT, like SNMP, like SMTP email, right? Those technologies, right? So one last thing for today, which is Apache Web Server. Now, from this, I will come to an end, answer you some question by taking another 5-6 minutes. So now, every time when you access web, again the ultimate example, internet, website is in a server somewhere, right? Apache is something very popular. That's why I am taking it as a separate topic instead of others. So how Apache name came is based on some Native American name, and its development process is since 1995. So what is web server means? A computer, large computer, which having big RAM, big CPU, big hard disk. In that computer, if you configure as a web server, what others can take? Others can access to that website. So Apache is one example from Linux family. In Linux family, Apache is the most popular. In the world, it is like 40-50%. If you're accessing website, it can be Linux. Okay, Google based on what? Linux. Right? Google based on search engine based on Linux. This Google and Microsoft have a long crash. Originally, Windows had Internet Explorer. Right? Google had Google search engine. But Windows told Google, we are not sharing our information with you. What happened to Google? they crash because they have only search engine. Then they develop what? Google Chrome. To attack Microsoft Internet Explorer, they develop Google Chrome. Then Microsoft feel, oh, what to do? Then Microsoft think about developing something. Then Microsoft to attack Google, they have developed Bing search engine. Microsoft Internet Explorer and Bing search engine. On the other hand, Google also not giving up. They give Google Docs to attack what? Office package. Google free Word documents, free Excel document, free presentation online. To attack what? Microsoft Office package. Right? Microsoft also not giving up. They also put low issues on them. Google, right? Google deal Google OS. Right? These are market industry development things, right? If I take a quick view, what we have discussed today is from first slide, user hardware, what is operating system and how it links. Later about Windows clients, their release and development, Windows Server and their development, then Windows Server technologies like server types like web and all, then uh, how they connect, how they secure, right? Those is our whole networking explain, right? By taking some 5-6 minutes, I may answer your questions which I can see here. Uh, uh, then I can see some of you asking about LDAP. I told something. NAT is required. Uh, and yes, I can say yes. Any questions you have, you can raise your hand and you can talk directly. Yes, Dylan will answer some questions they have, and some of
Yes, sir,
your
I'm
questions
online.
about yes.
Students, almost the slides are finished, so you have more 20 minutes. So if anybody have a question, because I see here many people are asking many questions, but unfortunately we cannot answer the all questions. So please try to answer major questions. So we will reply. You can ask directly because it's too many question answer. I think today is not enough. Those questions.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Someone
students,
is
please
telling.
raise your hand.
Yes. While you're raising hand, someone says he already doing squid and proxy. Okay, good. I am also doing for 5-7 years now. If you're doing proxy, try do hardware level also. So Sundaram, right? Squid and CC proxy. I don't know whether you are doing server level or client level. But doing proxy is a good, risky, but in job with income. Uh, but a little tension job, but it's not a bad job. So good, continue and try some cloud proxy implementation also. Uh, and about OS slides, also I have seen in the chat. OS slide says yes, OS extender. Like all the operating system extended deadline can be seen in Microsoft website. They are changing those from time to time. So therefore, if anyone interested when your OS finished, you can visit the Microsoft and check and get the exact date. How domain working and for what? Domain means a central server which help users. So for your knowledge, from going down to your level of knowledge, I am telling, say you having an email account, then when you type username, email and password, that go to domain server and check. If okay, then you can log into email. That is how domain works in basic level, right? There are other exam explainings, but for this particular time, domain, centralized activity, centralized database, domains are everywhere. Trust me on this, everywhere. So better start reading and learning, join to our session furthermore. Uh, okay, anyone raise hand or any questions, Dylan? No? These are the
Sir, I am here. The sound is not coming properly. It's breaking your sound.
my sound breaking.
Yeah. It's not coming properly.
To do about that. Shall we try?
Now at the moment it's okay.
Right,
Please
let's
continue,
see
sir. If
now.
anything happen, I will let you.
Right. So if I anything else you want to ask, you can type or talk. I stop video to increase the sound quality. Right, that is also a networking trick. Okay. Uh, so the last thing you asked is how domain work. My explain was like domains are everywhere. Domain is helpful to access, allow you access to a network. That's my explain. Anything else?
Sir, the Myron sir before told we do the exam end of the session, so we'll do that, right?
Yes, I think so uh, because the time is running out. So I will let him do it, right? And
Yeah,
thank
Myron sir.
you.
Myron sir.
So while he is connecting, so everyone, one last thing, Nadila. Now,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to explain is how the network works today in a global level. So use these slides, read and search. Uh, I'm encouraging you to read and search more. And in next session, I may explain some of these furthermore. And we are heading for official certification. So for that, I will explain all other details. So I'm encouraging you to get the certification if you willing to do. Even though join to session and ask questions like this. Some of you have good questions, some advanced questions also. Um, join to sessions and improve the knowledge. We will support continually. So thank you very much for everyone and join the question session with Dilan and Myron sir as well. Right? Okay. Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Larry, sir. Okay. So now, students, we are going to start the examination. As you all know, right? Because don't fright about the exam, right? So exam is going to give. So we are not prepared. Anyway, you can try this because these are some very simple and sample questions I have prepared now. Carefully hear my instruction. So I have sent a link. So press the link, then it will take you to a window. Otherwise, copy the link and paste it in your web browser. If you are using Google Chrome or anything, paste it, right? So once you paste, it asks your name, right? So just type the name and start. Then wait for a few minutes. Then I will, in the main screen, I will be notifying the users, whoever joining it. Then I can start the exam, okay? So now, right, now I think few people are coming and joining. Fasa, Shani. So I think, yeah, 5 people have joined. So please do that, right? So there are 41 users. So still, if you have any problem, just tell me. I will help you. I think 10 people joined. Okay, so 17 people joined. So link not working. So if link just it will work. Copy the link fully and paste it in the browser. I have resent. Azim, just check the link again. I think 21 people have joined the exam. So just wait. You won't start. Exam won't start. You have to wait until the others to come and join. Okay. So altogether 22 people joined out of 39. So balance people, what is your problem? Just another, I think 39, no? So 22, another 20 or 19 odd students are there. So if the link is not working for you, just go to this website, quiz.com, and type the game code. There is something called game code 915871. So just type the game code if the link is not working or any other problem. Just go to the browser, minimize the Zoom window, go to the browser. In the browser, just type quiz, right? Then it will take you to the main window, quiz.com site, right? So it will take you to the quiz.com main page. Then there is a code, join code. So just give this code, 915871. So others, just everybody just try this exam. Don't wait without trying, because this is just an exam to check your knowledge, and lecture also will be get to knowing about the students' status. What is about your knowledge. So it's easy for us to just teach, whether you are a basic students or advanced students. Like very basic questions are there, not tough. Okay, so 24 joined, I think. Others. Okay, students. So what happened to others? So I have resent the link again. Just check. We are going to start the exam. So shall we start the exam? Right. Okay. So we'll start the exam. I think only 24 people have joined. So balance people, you try the link. So we'll start the exam. So students, right? So 24 are here, right? So it's a easy process. Student, just go to the whoever not started. So I want everybody to do the exam. Then it's very easy for us to find out the knowledge level. So just go to your web browser, web page, right? Google Chrome or any other web browser. Just in the browser heading or the link, just copy this link fully, yeah, with HTTP and everything, just fully and paste it, right? So then you can start. So if it is some blank coming, just go to the website. First, otherwise, if the link is not working or any other issues, just go to this website, quizizz.com, right? So go to this website and it will ask a game code, right? So I will paste the game code in the window again, chat window. So it asks the game code. So just type this game code, then you will be entered to the game, right? Okay, students. So we will start. So 24 are there out of 35, right? I'll start the exam. Okay, so top part is the question, down part is the answer. Just read the question and click the answer. So students, please read the question carefully and answer. This is not the real exam. This is just a practical practice exam. So you have to read it and correctly answer. I think now 27 are there doing exam. Yeah, I think the top scorer for the moment is Rakshana and Dilaksha. So they have the top score, and third one Fuzz, FAZ Fuzz. Yeah, okay. So if you done the exam, just wait or return to the window. Finish the exam. If you go to last exam, just return to the Zoom window. I think some people have completed the exam. So completed people, you can return to the Zoom window. Right. So some people, and I think Pavitra, you have one exam pending, one question pending. Just try to do that. If you finish, okay, if it is not updated, you come to the normal window. Then after finishing the examination, you can see the results. The Neil Shard also, I think one exam pending, one question pending. So check. If you answer all question, no problem. Because I'm going to, like, once everybody finish answering, I'm going to do the end exam. Then you can see your results, final results. Huh? So mostly people completed. Only some people are pending. Uh, Shiva Darshan, you should quickly do the exam. I think lately on. Muhammad Azim, think you have stopped in the middle. Just check. Some people have not started the exam after joining. So there are now only some people are joining. So it is take so long time. So late joining people, uh, just check. Okay, right. So I think almost 32 people have attempted the examination, right? And finally, few people have not started the exam. So I'm going to remove these people. Right. So Shiva is now only start doing. So whoever finished, just take a break for 5 minutes. Let others also finish the exam. Then after everybody finish the exam, I will just give end exam. Then you can able to see the results. Now remember, there are two ways. This particular software will be giving in the point system. There are some points. So based on that, Ishari is the leading scorer now, right? So then there are another three people. Okay. So just sit for a while. We'll see. Yeah.
After you finish the class.
Okay, so sometimes maybe your risk score and my score will be different, right? So just wait. Wait until after I finish the exam, then you will be able to see the full results. Huh? Okay, so now almost everybody completed. I think Shiva Darshan is doing. Okay, he become the top scorer. Let's see. So there are students now joining. I think Ravi and the now joining people, please accelerate your process because I'm going to finish the exam. Once I finish the exam, after that your question won't be loading because it takes so many time, right? So much of time. So we have to finish the class. So lately joining people, I'm really sorry. Within another 5 minutes time, I'm 2 minutes time, which is 12:40. Going to finish the exam. So soon as if you do, you will get the results. Huh? Okay, so total class accuracy is 73 percentage. That means you have a great knowledge in networking because this exam is not tough, but it's a bit difficult if you compare because there are some questions coming. There are some questions coming from different area, so it's okay. So it's bit difficult, not very much, bit difficult. So 73 percentage of accuracy, it's a good knowledge of networking. So I think most of the people who have scored highly, you have a very good knowledge about networking. So now this is a different pointing system based on the software, but don't worry about this. So now after finishing the exam, I will show you how many questions you have passed and how many questions you failed. So that is the real score we want. This is a different scoring system with the software is using. So don't worry about it. Maybe that's what here these students have only given some wrong. This is more wrong, but in the according to the system, he is topper ranking. He is the second ranking. But reality is he have answered so many questions. So red color things are fail question. Balance are correctly answered question. Okay. So now I'm going to finish the exam. So late students, your exam going to be end now. So then later you can do. Right. I'm going to finish it in the exam. So here we go. So first three people, Shiva Darshan is first, Ishari is second, and Fazi is third. Okay, so this is the result chart. So I will go to the main window. Okay, so I'll show you the report now. Okay, right. So this is what the report will be. So accuracy, yeah. Just I'm changing into accuracy. Accuracy means based on your answers. So 20 out of 20. The first two students have got 20 out of 20, right? Shiva Darshan and Nisha. Then balance he have one wrong, right? And these students two questions wrong, right? And three. So likewise it will continue, right? So three questions wrong, and here four questions wrong, right? And here five questions wrong. So up to 75, okay, right? Up to 75, okay. Then if it is 70, right? So less than 70 mean you should concentrate some more in exam. Even 70 also fine, right? I think these students have not attempt 5 question because of late. I have finished it. So only one wrong. Out of 14, only one wrong. That's great. So up to 70, those are great scores, right? Because only you have made 6 mistakes, right? So then if it is less than 70, right? So less than 670, so you should concentrate some more, right? Less than 70. So it's less than 50 mean it's very weak students. So I think there are few people only, because others are not answered the questions, right? Because of that only it's showing. So based on the basic, so I have given you the basic idea about networking, not very depth questions, right? Some are difficult, some are more easy question. So if you are doing more than 60, so you are a great knowledge in networking, then you can able to sit for the network exam, right? So since what of the areas we covered, so you can able to get the certificate. So through this exam, the students, you can able to see your knowledge level and whether you are eligible to participate in this EPlus exam and getting a certificate. So based on these results, if you really do it, I can approve the students up to this 65 range. Up to 65 we can, you can do it. And finally also we will have the exam, that is for the whoever students going to do this, so they will have the exams, right? So that shows very great, right? Very great knowledge of student. So I will give some times to talk to the people. So first Shiva Darshan. uh, I will unmute some students. So first grade student, then you can just speak. Dushi Shiva, is that Shiva Darshan? Ishari. Hello, Ishari.
Hello.
Yeah. Ishari, just tell me about your background. Are you
Uh,
working?
no, I'm after A-level.
Are you after A-level students?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. That's great. Okay. Good. All the best.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Then I will go to the third person. Dilakshan. Dilakshan. Can you hear me? Dilakshan? Dilakshan? Dilakshan is the third person, I think. I have unmute you. Just I want to get a small background idea about you. Can't, I think it's have problems in the mic. Okay, so those are the top 3 students. Then the fourth one also, I will give you a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Fazila.
Firstly, yeah.
Firstly, okay. Just tell me a small background about it. Are you working?
I'm not working. Student studying in University of Jaffna, bachelor's.
Okay, bachelor's in which industry?
Engineering.
Oh, great. Okay. Right. So all the best to you. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Then I'll go to the Pavitra. Yeah, Pavitra.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, Pavitra. Can you just tell me a small brief about it?
Yeah, I'm not working. I'm studying a IT diploma.
Okay, IT diploma, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you are full-time students.
Yes.
Okay, great, Pavitra. Yes. Okay, so all the best, guys. So whoever comes to the first 5, all the best for your exam. So you following weeks also, I think we will have some examination. Then you can get idea. So again, it's a great thing. So all the best, right? Right. So I will finish the class. Lagirasa, you want to speak anything?
Sir, already he left. I think he has another class, so he left from 12th.
Oh, right. That's great. Okay. So students, whoever, like, now we are starting the examination process. So whoever wish to do the exam and get a certificate, please talk to Dilandan in the hotline number. Then he will be assessing you to do the exam and get the certificate. So this is the hotline number, right? And finally, we have 6 classes planned. So 7th class will be there for the student whoever doing the examination. We are going to do the 7th class. So then in the 7th class, we are discussing about past papers, exams and everything. So that is the last class, right? So further detail, you speak to this number, 077-486-5777.
Today
So
I'm
speak.
showing the today I'm showing this evening session timetable. So I already changed the timetable has small changes due to the duration because our lecture have some other office work also. So we